Travis Report Video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are Group 8 from Section 1 CPLE 18182. We construct the Travis project at one of the shelters in the middle of Enoch building. Travis surveying is the technique used in surveying to determine the angle and directions of a series of connected survey lines on the ground. So this is our team members.
First and foremost, we have to set up the instrument. We must put the tripod to the point that we mark and make it higher to the level our height so that it is easy for us to set up the total station. Thus, we put the total station like in this video and then screw the total station with the tripod. Please ensure the air bubble is into the circle by adjusting the tripod. It may take a long time to adjust the tripod, but it is important for us to make sure the air bubble is into the circle because it will affect the total station to reach the distance that we want to calculate. Next, we put the prism to the tripod and screw it. And make sure the prism is faced with the total station. However, it is still important for us to make sure the air bubble prism is in the middle of the circle by adjusting the level of the tripod. Lastly, we have to mark the place that we put the tripod by marking it under the middle of the tripod to indicate that there is the point that we choose to measure.
After we have centered the bubble in the circular level, we can now do leveling by using digital bubble. You have to make sure the digital bubble is located at the center by adjusting position 1, which moves vertically, and position 2, which moves horizontally. After getting each value of x and y not any greater than 0 minutes and 30 seconds, we can now proceed to measuring the distance between the prism and the total station and the needed bearings. Ensure that the prism is aligned to the crosshair when looking into the total station before taking the measurement. By clicking F1, you will get to measure the distance, horizontal bearing, and the vertical bearing, which in this case we are only using the horizontal bearing, which is the HAR. Here you can see that we got 6.910 meters for the distance, 90 degrees, 30 minutes and 4 seconds for the vertical bearing, and 50 degrees, 7 minutes and 32 seconds for the horizontal bearing. Now you can jot down the data into the table and proceed into measuring the angles and distances.
First, we need to shoot the total station to the prism from point B to point A. Next, we need to record the measuring angle and distance. From the face left, the angle is 20 degree 29 minutes 1 seconds, and from the face right, the angle is 200 degree 29 minutes and 32 seconds. The both of the distance is the same, which is 4.3 meters. Then, we shoot the total station to the prism from point B to point C. And then record the measuring angle and distance. From the face left, the angle is 112 degree 51 minutes and 29 seconds. While face left, the angle is 292 degree 52 minutes and 41 seconds. Both of the distance is also the same, which is 5.385 meters. And then we continue to point C Point D. Point E, and the last one is point A.
I'm going to talk about the result on Travers experiment table. First and foremost, we must insert all the value for face left and face right that we got from the total station. But for the first face left, we got it from the bearing in the compass app. Next, for the mean calculation, we will take the below value of face left and right for each station. Then we plus and divide it by 2. After that, for the correction calculation, we'll take the last face left value and plus it with the first face right value and then divide it with the amount of station, which is 5. For the next correction, we just simply multiply the first correction with 2, 3, 4 and 5. Furthermore, for the final bearing calculation, we simply minus the mean and the correction we calculate just now. And for the final part, which is distance mean, we need to add the total amount of distance for each station and divide it by 2.
That's all from us. Thank you.